Hello and welcome into the latest edition of ESPNFC Live. I'm Kay Murray, joined by Miguel Echegaray and Janusz Michallik as well. We've got a lot to talk about. We will start with Messi, of course. We're going to be talking the latest transfer rumours. PL Express is on the way too, and there is much to discuss. So what made me laugh first of all, LME, today is that the title, the headline has been Messi's magic ending, because the Leagues Cup final was won. Messi played a big part in it. But really, it's just the beginning of life at Inter Miami. So let's talk about what is next for Messi.
Yeah, Kay, I wish it was kind of the ending. I'm exhausted. But like you said, it's the very beginning. It's just one tournament. We forget that when Messi arrived, he was really just getting ready for the Leagues Cup, the newly formatted Leagues Cup, not one single MLS match. And by the way, as you mentioned, of course, his and Inter Miami's next fixture is against FC Cincinnati in the U.S. Open Cup semifinals in Cincy. I will be there from tomorrow morning for ESPN, and I'm very excited about it. And I think that Inter Miami are also just looking for more trophies and want this momentum to go. They went from the worst team, still, statistically speaking, in MLS to now a historic trophy, looking for one more. So I'm very excited to see how this works out. Messi and Inter Miami looking for one more final. I can't believe it.
And yet, well, you wouldn't put it past him with what he's been doing. But talk to us about what Tata Martino's been saying about how they're going to manage his minutes, because he's been playing so much so far. I know the manager knows that this can't go on. So how does it work from here?
Yeah, usually when you talk about any other professional athlete, there is more of a direction led, obviously, by the head coach, in this case, Tata Martino and everybody else, right? But when you talk about Messi, it's really up to him at this point. And that's exactly what Tata Martino has said. Like, he understands the complexity and the overwhelming schedule all the way from when he came in 2 months ago, right? And now, obviously, another U.S. Open Cup. Not to forget that he is supposed to, as well as Inter Miami, play his first MLS fixture this weekend against the New York Red Bulls. And then the schedule gets tougher and tougher. But Tata Martino said, it's up to him. Like, right now, he wants to play. That's just the kind of person that he is. And obviously, you know, there's a difference between a player saying he wants to play and then the medical team saying, yeah, you're good enough. But with Messi, so far, he's ready to go. He should start and he should feature against FC Cincinnati. After that game, Kay and Janusz, it will be intriguing to see, because obviously a few days come and then they have to go to Jersey and face Red Bulls. And then after that, some more MLS matches. Then LAFC they have to visit in September. And then they have to travel. He has to travel to Argentina for World Cup qualifiers. So it's going to get tougher. But as of now, he's starting for Inter Miami against FC Cincinnati.
What do you think, Janusz? How's it going to play out from here when MLS play resumes?
I mean, look, he had a long break. There's only, 12, 13 games left in the season. What are we talking about? You know, there's Lionel Messi who plays in a very economical way as it is. So I think just because of that, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Look, Messi is the biggest story in football right now. If you agree or not, it doesn't really matter to me. It's a story not just in the United States, but everywhere else. You know, as I've said before, this is an absolute masterstroke. No other player in the world could move the needle like he did. Not even Ronaldo, not even close. Nobody. In particular, because the way he came into this league, right? I mean, 10 goals, 3 assists in 7 games. Won all 7 games. Won the trophy, first trophy for Inter, who are dead last in Major League Soccer. I think he's special, but he's not as special as some may think, because I don't think Inter are going to make it to the playoffs. I really don't. That's too much to ask. But I think if he wins another trophy, if he beats Cincinnati in the semifinal, that's a possibility. That's all you can ask for. That's laying a foundation for Inter Miami, who are going to be immediately one of the favorites to win the MLS Cup next season. That's all you can ask for, because nobody in their wildest dreams probably even thought that what has happened up until now is possible, right? And again, I'm not getting pom-poms out. Those are facts. And it's going to rub some people in Europe, and by the way, I'm European, the wrong way. But that's a fact. I mean, the biggest story in the world's football. This is a player who's going to win Ballon d'Or. If there's any doubt, even this will help him a little bit. But he's won Ballon d'Or, won the World Cup, was the best player in the World Cup, came into Major League Soccer to the worst team in the league, and look what's happening. Again, it's important to add that Busquets and Alba doesn't hurt, but look what he's done himself to some of the younger players, to some of the players around them, how much they've raised the level right now. So this is just the beginning. What's going to happen from now on until the end, at this stage for me, it's irrelevant. The foundation is there for Inter Miami to be another super club in Major League Soccer. And I don't think anybody has even come close to mentioning Inter Miami in these terms.
Okay, so let's go there as well, Luis Miguel, because I know you've been following this story every step of the way. You're off to Cincinnati as well to follow the next part of this big story in this chapter of Messi's career. And I know even in your interview with him, your one-on-one interview, you spoke about how happy he is. We can all see how happy he is. He's really embraced it, hasn't he? So we're hearing reports of him actually speaking to the players and giving his expertise as well and putting his arm around them, him and Jordi Alba. Have you seen any signs of that?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, it's been from day one. I'll give you a very quick story. I think I've said it before, maybe even on this show, but it's worth for our viewers to hear it and listen to it again. When he first arrived to Inter Miami, literally days after landing in Fort Lauderdale, you know, he's just getting used to the teammates and everything. He doesn't speak English, obviously some broken words and stuff, or he refuses to in many ways because he just wants to focus on the Spanish, which is fine, but he's still communicating with everybody else. One of the stories was right before that Super Bowl-ish amazing announcement in the stadium at DRV Pink Stadium when Messi comes on and there's music and all that stuff. It was a hot ticket, right? Everybody wanted to go, including a hot ticket for all other teammates. Leo Campana, the Ecuadorian striker, they have a WhatsApp group. This story is through DeAndre Yedlin, by the way. Leo Campana in this WhatsApp group through all the teammates is saying, hey, I need 2 more tickets for this presentation. And everybody's like scrambling, trying to figure it out. In pops Messi in this WhatsApp group saying, well, how many do you need, brother? I got you. And everybody was like, oh my God, like he's right here. So he immediately puts himself in there. And then that's just an off the pitch story. But on the pitch, as you mentioned, he's just an absolute team player. There's stories from everywhere. Drake Callantu, Benjamin Cremachi, the young Argentinian America player who's like his right-hand man right now, who was playing in the youth setup before he came on. Now he's like right next to him in the games. He has taken him under his wing. So everybody's just like buying into it. And that's the beauty of this story. Of course, it's about Lionel Messi and his 10 goals, 3 assists, as Janusz said. But it's also about the human being, the person that he is. And he's finally happy because Antonella Rocuzzo and the kids are happy. And he's in a city that really cultivates and nurtures this story. So everything so far is going according to plan. And I like what Janusz said. It's true. I wouldn't call it so far irrelevant, but the foundation has already been set. So whatever happens from this moment, whether it's wins or losses, the story will continue to elevate because Messi is happy. Inter Miami is a determinant force, and may so it continue for everybody in MLS. It'll be exciting to see what happens after this.
Yeah, we all know happy wife, happy life. I know you guys can attest to that as well. That is a very important one. Very quickly then, from both of you, while we wrap this up, I'll start with you, Janusz. Is the league going to need to keep bringing in huge signings? Obviously, nothing's ever going to be as big as Messi. Again, we know that. To have that relevance year in, year out. And I'm not just talking about being able to be recognized internationally now like they are because Messi's there, but we're even seeing on the domestic front people who don't usually follow football/soccer in North America completely interested and taken by this story.
Absolutely. I think other owners will see that as well. I mean, we've been here before, but remember, the league continues to grow every year, right? Just as we had some big names towards the end of their career coming early in Major League Soccer, maybe it was just too early. Now, I think these owners are going to see it. The new trend has been to kind of move on the young players and make money. But I think what they see from Messi, now we saw, I think the other day, Antoine Griezmann said, this is where I want to end up. I think, in the future, maybe seeing this, maybe, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years from now, Kylian Mbappe comes here a little bit earlier than he normally would have even thought about. So look, I mean, even with Messi and Inter, I think the way he's happy about this, his stay, he himself can encourage others. I mean, when Messi speaks, a lot of people listen, right? So I wouldn't be surprised that not only does he make Inter bigger, because obviously he has a stake in this team. When he retires, I hope that he stays with Inter Miami, uses his influence to make Inter Miami better, to continue to bring some of his former players or maybe, big time players that trust him to Major League Soccer. And I think you're going to see this perhaps from other owners as well, because it's not an issue of money here. We all knew that. It's an issue of mechanisms, and these mechanisms are going to evolve, right? These owners have more than enough money. A lot of these guys are billionaires over and over, bigger, they have more money than some of the owners in Europe. So I think I'm not saying that this is going to be a trend, but I wouldn't be surprised. But you have to go after the right people, not just big name, but the right people that truly embrace and want to be here.
Yeah, I'll answer this question based from the horse's mouth himself, Kay. When I had that one-on-one with Messi, I asked him, what do you think needs to happen in order for the US MLS to continue to grow? With you, without you, alongside you, what do you think? And his first sentence was, it's up to MLS itself. Meaning all the points that Janusz just said, right? Including, and the conversation I had with Don Garber right before the League's Cup final, where he said, listen, I want to make sure that every club is responsible for what's happening and understand the magnitude of it and understand how we can all succeed as a result of it. I've always said there's three factors that really should be fundamental in order for MLS to continue, right? Number one, okay, absolutely. You have to make sure that you attract the right talent, just like Janusz said, and you don't get more correct than Lionel Messi. So hopefully that's an attraction that comes in. But number two is also making sure that MLS continues on this really beautiful story from the Miguel Almiron stories, where nobody knew who Miguel Almiron was when Tata Martino brought him to Atlanta United, and look what happened. He's just one of many. That needs to continue. The young, undiscovered, whether it's Latin American or from other regions, to come. And then the third one is these MLS clubs need to do the same blueprint of the likes of FC Dallas, where you're creating these young, talented, American or Mexican American, whatever it is, players that keep continuing to grow, because you need to have a deep foundation. All those three things, if they continue to happen, fantastic. And now that you have Messi, and again, I echo my friend Janusz's point, now that you have Messi, then the door's open. Now you have people like Griezmann saying, that's where I want to go next. And then maybe Kylian Mbappe, who knows? But all those things need to come together. The World Cup 2026 is in the US. Copa America is next year. All the proverbial stars are aligning for this to continue to succeed. But just like Messi said, it depends on MLS itself.
Make it quick, Janusz.
Yeah, just a very important point is that the owners have to be allowed to do it. And you've mentioned that because, Messi's a little bit different, right? I don't think that you're going to have Apple TV and Adidas and everybody else pitching in to get, the Griezmanns and everybody else in the world. This is unique. So let's be honest about this. And it should be unique because Major League Soccer got a unique player, one of the best in the history. It's arguably, I suppose, to some people. But so that's important, that this deal is different from, I think, almost anything else other than maybe Pele way back when.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.